You're live. That means me. I'm live. So this is number 175. No, I'm sorry. 176 YouTube Live yoga routine. And this morning I was reading from Bo Lozoff's book, We're All Doing Time, which was one of the first books that started my journey into yoga a long time ago, maybe 20 years ago, long time ago. So I was reading on page 90 in regards to the fourth chakra, which some call Christ's heart. And I'm just going to read the first section here. It's called the heart of it all. The fourth chakra, the heart center, can be the key to the whole ballgame. Opening this chakra, whether through pranayama or some other way, is absolutely necessary for a total spiritual development. It's sometimes called the Christ heart. And in that sense is what Jesus really meant when he said, the only way to the Father is through me. And I probably read that 20 years ago, but when I read it this time, I really thought, man, the Christ heart. The only way to the Father is through me. The Christ heart is the heart center. It is the only way to the Father because it is love. And according to the Bible, God is love. So when you focus on that center, you focus on love, which allows you to be one with God because God is love. So when you experience love, you are experiencing God, the oneness of God. You are becoming one with God. And that is one way to experience this oneness that we're learning on the yoga mat. You can learn it other ways. You can practice this in other ways, through pranayama, through yoga, through Christianity, through Islam, through Buddhism, through Judaism, through Taoism, through whatever. Even as an atheist, you can love. And when you're loving, you're experiencing love, you're experiencing God. You're becoming one with God. And what he mentioned here, which he made a good point, is that you can do it through pranayama. He gives a whole section, a whole page on how to do it through pranayama on page 91. But he was also explaining that you can do it throughout the day. So throughout the day, just here and there, just focus on that center and experience that love. And then go about your day. You know, you're energized now, and then you feel it going down. Focus on that center again. And just experience love. And essentially, according to the Bible, you're experiencing God because God is love. The whole story about Jesus dying and rising, suffering, dying and rising, is a story of love. So that's what I have to share today. And I just read that right before I came out. I said, well, you know what? I'm going to look at We're All Doing Time by Bo Lozoff. And I came across that. So today, we're going to do the mountain pose, and then 2 sun salutations with variations, and then we're going to end in mountain pose. And we're definitely going to focus on our breathing. That's what we do. 100% focus on the breathing, because the breathing is the link that allows the mind and body to become one. Because when you're focused on the breathing, 100% focused on the breathing, judgment can't come in, control can't come in, all the barriers between the mind and the body can't come in. And when they're gone, you become one. The mind and body becomes one. And then you tap into oneness. Capital O, which is yoga. You're experiencing yoga at that time. So with that thing I just read, the page I just read, in regards to the Christ center, the Christ heart, the heart center, just in a way experience the feeling of love. So you focus on the breathing, but that heightens your awareness. So it lets you know what's going on in the body. Heightens your awareness. I mean, 100% focus on the breathing lets you know what's being stretched. Lets you become aware of the movements. And today, what we're going to try to do is become aware of the experience of love. Capital L, love, which is experiencing God. And then, whoop, that's yoga. You're one with God. And if you're an atheist, forget the God part. Just experience love. So, let's go ahead and begin. Feet shoulder width apart. Toes go up. Spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent, hips are tilted, arms are relaxed. No tension in the arms, the shoulders, the neck. And you're lengthening up. So straighten yourself up. And then let the bones line up on top of each other. Let the skeleton stand as if you were just your skeleton. You were nothing else but your skeleton. No skin, no muscle, no fat, nothing. No tendons, ligaments, none of that stuff. The skeleton is just standing. The bones line up. Everyone's going to look different. You're becoming one. You're becoming stable, firm, just like a mountain. And that translates into the mind becoming firm and stable, just like a mountain. You're becoming one. The mountain is one with the earth. It is the earth. So are you. So find that stability in the body and let it transfer to the mind, become stable, and boop, you're into oneness. I like saying boop. Now just focus on the breathing. 100% focus on the breathing. Feel the belly expand when you inhale, and the belly goes in when you exhale. Pay attention to that. Focus on that. Or bring the focus to the tip of the nose and watch the air go in and out as you inhale and exhale. And then we're going to become aware of that feeling of love, capital L love, which is God according to the Bible. We're Christians today. I'm not even a Christian, I'm just joking. But we are supporting our Christian family who's on this journey with us. So palms together, thumbs to the heart center. Experience that love. Arms go out, up and back. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. And then exhale. As you exhale, you hinge forward. Keep the back straight. And then you're just going to fall into the ragdoll. Now with the ragdoll, the arms are dangling. The head is dangling. And there's no tension anywhere. So think of the lower back for a second and just release. And let the body fall where the body falls. You're accepting where you are. You're thinking of nothing else but the breathing. That heightens your awareness. It lets you know what's being stretched. It lets you feel that you're just dangling. You're aware of all that because you're focused on the breathing. And again, you're aware of that feeling of the capital L love that is surrounding you. which is God. When you experience that, you're one with God. You're one with that love. Just feel that throughout the entire yoga session. Now, palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. You're going to arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. Then exhale. As you exhale, you pull yourself in and down. Get all the air out. All the air leaves. Then arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. Then exhale. As you exhale, you pull yourself in and down. Push all the air out. And again, arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Then exhale, pull yourself in and down, get all the air out. And again, arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. And then exhale, pull yourself in and down. Before you go to the knees, get all the air out. And again, last one, arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. Then exhale, pull yourself in and down, get all the air out. Then once all the air is out, you just release and just watch yourself breathe. Think of nothing else but of the breathing. The palms to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back into a low lunge. With a low lunge, slide the foot to the floor in the back, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Front knees not over the toes. If it is, just lengthen up some. Back is arching. Head is up. To your palms, maybe to your fingertips. Maybe you're up here. Doesn't matter. Wherever you are is where you are. You settle, accept, and then just focus 100% on the breathing. And feel opened. Feeling open in this pose. When you're focused on that breathing, lets you know what's being stretched. You're becoming aware. It heightens your awareness. Now with the back foot, curl the toes under, knee stays to the floor, and go into the monkey. So right foot lines up with the right shoulder, left side, so the left knee, left foot lines up with the left shoulder. Arms go up, and you're reaching up. So the arms can stay parallel or they can go out. You look forward or you look up. But whatever you're doing, get the fingers as wide as you can. Middle fingers are pointing straight out. Straight up. And just focus on the breathing. 100% focus on the breathing. That lets you feel what's going on in the body. Makes you aware. Makes you aware of everything. So if you're wobbling, say you're wobbling. It's okay. You're aware that you're wobbling. Don't try to control it. Don't try to say, I'm not going to wobble. Accept it. All that balance and coordination, all that stuff will happen. Yoga is a process-oriented exercise, if you want to call it an exercise. And reach up higher. Abs are engaged. Just focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but of the breathing. And now palms go down to the front. High lunge. Now with the high lunge, leg in the back, goes straight. And we're just going to stay here for a little bit. We never stay in the high lunge, but today we are. So you're to the palms, maybe to your fingertips, maybe you're up like this. But try to get the leg behind you as straight as you can. Front knees not over the toes. If it is, lengthen up some. And then get the back straight if you can. And the back is reaching out. So you're elongating the back. If you like, you can arch the back. And just feel opened. Throughout the entire yoga routine, you're open, even when the pose seems closed up. You're opened in that pose because you accept. Once you accept, that's the door that opens up to openness. And just focus on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. Now we're going to go to downward dog. You're going to push in the downward dog. The arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones going to the ceiling, heels are towards the floor, they're into the floor, and the head is dangling, so no tension in the neck. You are pushing into this pose, but you're only pushing to the spot right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle there, and then focus 100% on the breathing. Then we're going to go to the plank. I'm going to do the plank for a minute. Then give a stopwatch. So go into the plank. Whoops. So in the plank, you're on top of yourself, just like you're about to do a push-up. Middle fingers are pointing straight out. Fingers as wide as you can get them, and the abs are engaged. So you're not sucking the abs in. You're not hollowing them out. You're just engaging, getting the belly button to the spine. Very important pose, because what's happening is you're working all those muscles within the core, deep in the core, the ones that anticipate a movement. Before you make a movement, milliseconds before you make a movement, there's certain muscles that engage, that give you stability. So when you bend down to pick up something from the ground, your muscles, like, before you bend down, your muscles engage, like they have a mind of their own. We're working those. So back to downward dog, pushing into it. Really, really push into it. Phone's messing up. Focus on the breathing. 100% focus on the breathing. Push a little bit more. The head dangles, no tension in the neck. And now you're going to slide into the upper dog. Drop down to the knees. In the chest, you slide up. Top of the feet are to the floor. Tops of the feet are to the floor. Head is going back. Back is arching. Or you can modify the pose. So go to hands and knees, and you do the cow, arching the back. Or you go to small cobra. You get the chest off the floor. Palms are touching the floor, but you're not pushing up. You're pulling up. Back muscles are pull muscles. Or you do the upper dog and modify it. Or you do the upper dog and say, you know what? I'm doing this perfectly. And if you're doing that, that's awesome. But once you're settled, you let go of all that judgment. So the mind and body can connect as one. Back to downward dog, pushing into it. Really, really push into it now. And just focus on the breathing. 100% focus on the breathing. Wherever you are, push a little bit more if you feel like you should. If you don't, don't. Now you bring the left foot up between the hands into a low lunge. So with the low lunge, top of the foot's to the floor in the back. Knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Making sure the front knee is not over the toes. Back is arching. The head is up. To your palms, maybe to your fingertips, maybe you're up like this. But wherever you are, just focus on the breathing and accept. So you settle, accept, focus on the breathing. And that heightens your awareness, lets you know what's going on in the body. Just focus 100% on the breathing. I gotta yawn. I don't know why. Tired? No, I'm not tired. I don't know why. You know why? My breathing is not linked up with the movements because I'm talking. That's why. That's my theory. So with the back foot, curl the toes under in the back. We're going to go to the monkey. So the left foot is lined up with the left shoulder. The right side, right knee, right foot is lined up with the right shoulder. Arms go up, square up the shoulders. You can keep the arms parallel to each other. They can go out. You can look forward. You can look up. But whatever you're doing, get the fingers as wide as you can. Middle fingers pointing straight up. And you're reaching up. And the abs are engaged. So you're not hollowing them out. You're not sucking them in. You're just tightening them. Bring the belly button into the spine. That allows stability too. So, but if you're still wobbling and you're doing that, it's fine. It's where you are. Over time, with practice, all that stability will happen. That's not what you're focused on. That's a conventional way of seeing exercise. If you call this exercise, it's a process-oriented exercise. So you focus on the process. And all that coordination, balance, strength, all that happens. Secondary. It'll happen. But it happens through consistency. It's not the focus. The focus is on the breathing. So reach up higher. And then palms down. Right leg up. So the knees off the floor. We're going to do a high lunge. I'm going to get this hair off my sock. So you're to your palms, maybe to your fingertips, maybe you're up like this. But whatever you're doing, get the back leg as straight as you can. My back leg as straight as I can get it. I feel like it's straight, but I can see myself. It doesn't look like it. But and make sure the front knee is not over the toes and the back stretching. Or you can have the back arch. Whatever you like to do, and just focus on the breathing. 100% focus on the breathing. Now, standing forward bend. Bring the leg up, pull yourself in and down. And this pose is important because you're closed up. But although you're closed up, you're accepting. Once you accept, boom, you tap into openness. Accepting taps into openness. So the pose does not dictate whether you feel open. That is what you're learning. When you accept, boom, you're open. You take that mindset off the yoga mat. When you're in an enclosed situation that you feel like you're in, if you accept where you are, boom, you will open up and you will see ways out of it, or you'll reinterpret it. Whatever you do, you will feel open. So palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Turn the palms out, push the hair down and out, exhale. And then to mountain pose. And we have one more sun salutation. And on this one, we're going to move a little bit faster. But what we're going to do is the traditional sun salutation. And the breathing is extremely important. Got hair. Never wear black because it gets hair, collects hair. Hair that doesn't even exist. Like the blackness creates hair. Okay, that's not true. But so focus 100% on the breathing. So this sun salutation is going to move quicker. And what happens is the movement becomes a form of a moving meditation because you're focused 100% on the breathing. That heightens your awareness. It lets you feel what's being stretched. It lets you feel the movement. And like the quote I was mentioning, today we're going to feel that oneness, which is felt through the Christ heart. Just like I mentioned in the beginning. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you just tuned in now, go to the beginning of the video. So you're going to experience all that, but you're focused on the breathing to be able to experience it. And the breathing is important here because when you're opening up, you're going to inhale as much as you can, whatever pose that you're opening up in. You inhale, 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 open up, and then release, and then just focus on the breathing. Then the next pose is going to be a closed pose. That's just how the sun salutations work. Open pose, open, close. And you're going to exhale all the air out. Get all the air out. And then just breathe. Focus on the breathing. Then the next pose, open up. Inhale as much as you can. And then just focus on the breathing. Let go and just focus on the breathing. Then close up, get all the air out. Then just release and then focus on the breathing. So that's what we're going to do. So, mount pose. I said so too many times. I heard myself say so too many times. And just focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but of the breathing. Palms together, thumbs to the heart center. Push the arms out, up and back. Inhale, inhale as much as you can. And then just release and just focus on the breathing. Then exhale. As you exhale, you hinge forward from the lower back, reaching out, get the back straight. And once you're down, palms go to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs, foreheads go to the knees, get all there out, and then release, and just focus on the breathing. Palms to the sides of the feet, so left leg is back into a low lunge, opening up, inhaling, inhale as much as you can, and then release, and then just focus on the breathing. 100% focus on the breathing. Then downward dog, exhale, get all the air out, push into it, get all the air out, and then release, and then just focus on the breathing. An upper dog, or modify it how you have to, but open up, inhale. Inhale as much as you can, and then release, and then focus on the breathing. Then downward dog, pushing into it. Get all the air out. Exhale, all the air out, then release. And then just focus on the breathing. Let yourself breathe. Not controlling it, just watching it. The left foot is up between the hands, low lunge, opening up, inhaling. Inhale as much as you can. And then release. And then focus on the breathing. Then standing forward bend, push all the air out, get all the air out. And release. And focus on the breathing. The palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale, and exhale, and back to mountain pose. Now, mountain pose, remember, feet are shoulder width apart, toes go up, spread the toes as wide as you can, each toe touches the floor one at a time, knees are bent, hips are tilted, no tension in the arms or the shoulders, finding that spot where the skeleton is just standing, so you lengthen up. So lengthen yourself up and then let the bones sit on top of each other. And you just focus 100% on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. Find that spot where the skeleton just stands, getting that stability. And you're finding that in the pose, in the physical sense, and then transfer that feeling to the mind of being stable and accept. So even if you're wobbling, you accept it. That's where you are. Very important. And 100% focus on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. Remember, you're already breathing automatically. So you're just going to watch yourself breathe. And you do that by paying attention to the belly. As you inhale, the belly expands. You exhale, the belly goes in. You watch that. Don't control it, just watch it. Or you bring the focus to the tip of the nose and watch the air go in and out. Don't control it. And most likely, you'll start to control it. And when you realize you're controlling it, just let go and just watch it. It's a process. And then what will happen is you'll start to think about other things when you realize, hey, I'm not even thinking about my breathing anymore. Don't judge it. Just bring your focus back to the breathing. And what happens is that you realize you're not your thoughts. You're the thing that's watching your thoughts. So we're just going to stay here a little bit longer. So just watch yourself breathe. Bring the palms together. Namaste. That's it. So that is 176. So number 176 YouTube Live Yoga Routine. And I will see you tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. Arizona time, Mountain Standard Time. So namaste, peace and love.